Well, right now the set is nearly built and they're just delivering the last pieces. So they've started in the rehearsal rooms with rehearsals for Anna Bolena and Maria Stuarda. And we're busy starting costume fittings in the costume department, mainly for the chorus. I think the space is used very, very well and it will feel cohesive. All three operas feel cohesive. And the challenge has been for that to happen. For me, it was mixing this idea of women as very, very strong, beautiful objects and also as kind of victims and sort of pawns in a game. And so the space, I think, is both intensely masculine and at times sort of very fragile and like quite that. So we've kind of gone for a modern approach with sort of Tudor detailing and kind of create our own world, really.
My name is Alessandro Talevi and I'm the director of Anna Bolena and Roberto Devereux. So now we're in week 2 of rehearsals, and then when rehearsals start, that's obviously when you bring the singers in and you find out if the ideas that you've had all along are actually going to work or not. So there's an element of the unknown. I have a pretty clear idea about how I think it should go, but they also have an idea, and at the end of the day, the most interesting characterizations are those when the singer really feels like he or she owns the role. So that's the part of the process we are in at the moment in the rehearsal room here. What I'm aiming for is something which is not stand and deliver, because what happens with bel canto very often, because the singing is such an important aspect of it, is that everything revolves around the singers being able to sing these extremely difficult lines. But what I'm trying to do, without fighting against it, is add the dimension of a very real and living and moving sort of drama, physical drama. So I think that's something that hopefully will be picked up on in the performances.
My name is Rudolf Frey and I'm the director of the opera Maria Stuarda in the Tudor series. The direction we're taking, in our production, the whole series, we are referencing historic Tudor elements, but we are in a quite abstract setting. And in order to create this atmosphere, what we did, we created 2 habitats for each one of the queens on stage. And they're a bit like cages with animals. They're not supposed to be let out at the same time, but of course, that's what happens in the piece. What Donizetti created is this kind of spirit about this time, about these men and women, how they behaved and about their relations. And I think that will be the exciting thing to see in this and the other 2 productions, to kind of have an insight through Donizetti's eyes.
My name is Stephen Wood. I'm the repetiteur for Maria Stuarda. So I'm in the rehearsal room every rehearsal for the 4 weeks in the studio and in the pit, playing for the conductor, Graham Jenkins. I also have done some coaching for this production as well. Donizetti, he manages to write very heart-wrenching, very genuine music, with sprinkled with the bittersweet. I personally love the slower, more beautiful melodies, and in Maria Stuarda, for example, there are plenty of them. Although it can seem very simple music, there's a lot to it. Always under the surface there's irony or tensions or subtext. And it's very rewarding to play. On the flip of the coin, there's the sort of faster, more sort of forward-driven, dramatic moments, which again are exciting because Donizetti is the king of writing upbeat, exuberant, ecstatic music. It's fun, it's bubbly, and it's really edge of your seat stuff.
My name is Daniela and I'm the conductor of Anna Bolena and Roberto De Verò, the first and the third operas in this Tudor trilogy. I like to think the conductor is to be the one of the musicians, of the orchestra, because it's one of them. The era of the dictatorial conducting is finished. I have an idea and I know how should it go, but I can't impose. I have to really be open to singers' interpretation and breath and personality, and they at the same time needs to listen. So this combination can be really very dangerous and very hard to do. It's very clean and nothing can go wrong. And of course it's beautiful, it's fantastic music, it's very simple in a way. If you are really able to do something magical from the sometimes emptiness of the page, and then you are a great interpreter. So expect to come and to be open, to be seduced by this superficial simplicity.
My name is Julia Carson-Sims and I'm the stage manager of Welsh National Opera and therefore the stage manager for the Tudor series. My job on those shows on stage is to run one of the wings, but also to be the key liaison person who goes out front and talks to the director.
My name's Julian Johnson, I'm the Deputy Stage Manager and I'm on the book for Anna Bolena. So any lighting cues that happen, any flying cues that happen, I talk to the relevant departments on the headsets and with the score cue particular things at particular times in time to the music, so everything happens from one control centre, which is here, and then I call singers to the stage. That also has to be timed in with how the opera's going, so they're not hanging around on stage or they're not late.
One of our jobs, which I didn't mention actually, is sort of trying to keep people as safe as possible, and that is so all of the white lining you see here, the white lines on the floor, this is all to stop people falling. So there's all those sort of elements to it, plus they've got to get used to wearing a costume for the first time.
So yesterday we did 2 orchestra rehearsals in the afternoon and 1 in the evening, and then today we'll finish off any bits that the conductor feels that he needs to work on, and then tomorrow we have a dress rehearsal.
I'm Leonardo Capalbo and I'm playing Roberto De Verò. Roberto has a choice in the opera to either reveal a lot about himself and how he feels and what he wants to do with his life, or to say very little. And he chooses the latter. I think the audience is in store for a really fantastic piece of theater. This is not just beautiful bel canto music, it's really a psychodrama. It's about a queen who desperately needs a man's love. It's about a young man, Robert, that finds himself no longer able to continue as simply another one of her props. He needs to become something more than that, and if that means dying, then so be it. A fantastic and riveting piece of theater with lush music, yes, but also great drama.